Baby, 2024 has been a doozy of a year, but I want to take the time to celebrate some of my major accomplishments. I set a lot of goals for myself this year, so let's see how I did. The very first month of this year, in January, I met with attorney Leah Boston and did my estate plan. That was a goal of mine in 2024, and I got it done. As a mom, it was important for me to have my affairs in order. God forbid if something happens to me and Kevin at the same time. I had to put this plan in place so Maya is cared for physically and financially. Baby, because when you die, folks come out the woodwork. Oh, she's this to me, she's that to me, and won't control of her money. If you ain't in here, forget about it. Thank you, Attorney Boston, for helping me get my affairs in order. Baby, if you live in the state of Maryland, you need to holler at Attorney Leah Boston. One of my other goals was to grow my social media following, specifically YouTube. So in March of this year, I had 12,000 subscribers on YouTube. Y'all, I want this 100K subscriber plaque so bad. So I really wanted to work really hard this year to grow my YouTube following. We're going to put it on the list for next year. 2025, I'm going to get that 100K. But I did grow my subscribers from 12,000 subscribers to almost 34,000 subscribers as of today. I also grew my following on Instagram from 341,000 to 412,000 this year. And Facebook went from 358 to 462. One of my next goals, something I had been planning for over a year, was to take my daughter to Paris. And baby, I did just that. I was able to take Maya to Paris this summer. We went to Disneyland Paris. We did a little shopping. Of course, we saw the Eiffel Tower. We also went to London for the day. This was an amazing trip. This trip was planned by one of my dear friends. She has a company called Fly Mommy Travels, and she plans and curates the most amazing travel experiences. So thank you, Jill, for putting together such an amazing experience for me and Maya this summer. This trip was so cool because it was 13 moms from across the country that flew to Paris to take their kids to see the sights and sounds of Paris. Baby, this one right here, major accomplishment. Y'all, I got my food brand, Miss Lena's, in 52 Food Lion locations. I became a part of their local goodness program, and because my business is headquartered here in the state of Maryland, they put all of my products in 52 Food Lion locations across the state. I have been selling my products on my website. They got on Amazon. But this year, in June of this year, they graced grocery store shelves. And I am so proud of that. Y'all notice in that first picture, my products was on that bottom shelf. But baby, by the time I left that store, they was up at the top. Thank you so much to all of my followers that went into Food Lion to grab their Miss Lena's products. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Up next aren't truly accomplishments, but I really feel like they are pretty cool things that happened to me in 2024. This was so cool. In February of this year, I was invited to Amazon's Black Business Accelerator program, which was held at the African American History Museum here in Washington, D.C. My husband and I went, and baby, we had a time. We got a chance to hear from other Black business owners who have products on Amazon, learn about their story, their journey, and heard from key executives from Amazon how to continue to grow your brand on that platform. For little old me to be invited to an Amazon event, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, baby, let's just take a pause. Okay, in that picture I just showed, that was February 2024. This right here is July 18th, 2024. Your girl lost 41 pounds this year. Baby, praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Baby, I took this picture on my 5th appearance on Fox 5 DC, Lion Lunch Hour. I appeared on the Lion Lunch Hour to talk about my brand being in all 52 Maryland Food Lion locations. I also showcased recipes using my products on the show, and of course talked about my cookbook, Memories on a Plate. This was probably one of my best appearances on Fox 5 DC, the Lion Lunch Hour. I had such a good time with the host and co-host of the show. I love going on Fox 5 DC just to showcase my love and passion for cooking. So thank you guys so much for having me again this year. I wouldn't say it's restaurant quality, but I just got to see what it tastes like.
Now, sweet potato, is that something normally that people have as a crust? I've never heard of that in my life.
Baby, that was a clip from my appearance on Cocoa Butter's Recipe Swap. I was invited by Cocoa Butter this summer to come to New York to bring one of my favorite cheesecake recipes and participate in a blind taste test. So 2 other ladies made their favorite cheesecake recipes, and we tasted each one to see which one won. And baby, guess what? Your girl won. Baby, my white chocolate raspberry cheesecake took the crown and was the winner of the cocoa butter recipe swap. It was so cool because I had never been on camera like that. Of course, I've been on Fox 5 DC and done live TV, but the taping part seemed a lot harder. How did I almost forget that I launched a whole cornbread mix this year? In November of this year, I launched my Miss Lena's cornbread mix. So I now have biscuit mixes and a cornbread mix. Now, baby, that's the highlights and major accomplishments for me spilling the sweet tea in 2024. Like I said at the start of this video, this year has been a doozy. I had dealt with things in my personal life that I have not talked about on social media. But as my daddy would say, I PRO'd. I pressed right on. I kept making content. I kept striving for my goals. I didn't give up. I didn't let things that I was going through personally stifle what I was working on for myself professionally. There were days I thought I was going to lose my damn mind. But God. I am grateful for my husband, Kevin, for helping me get through this year. He is my personal cheerleader, as well as my daughter, Maya, who is the love of my life. Everything that I do is for the love of Maya. I have an amazing set of friends that I've known over 20 plus years who rallied around me this year to help me get through some really tough times. I have to shout out my girl, Christy. Christy, girl, I wouldn't be able to get through 2024 without you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for everything you've done for me and for my family this year. I'm also grateful to my cousin, Gary. My cousin, Gary, was such a help to me this year. Gary, I love you and I appreciate everything that you did for me this year. Last and certainly not least, my team, the Technique Group. Maybe my talent team this year hung in there with me. They have been such an amazing help to my brand, not only this year, but the last 3 years we've been working together. They believe in me spilling the sweet tea, as well as everything that I have going on with my Miss Lena's brand. And I would not have been able to accomplish all that I've done this year without them. And I most certainly would not have been able to do any of the things that I have listed in this video without the amazing Spilling the Sweet Tea community. You guys have been there every step of the way, rooting me on, not only this year, but ever since I've been making video content on social media. You guys not only encourage me to keep going, keep sharing, keep posting, keep cooking, you encourage me to keep striving for higher and higher heights. I'm beyond grateful that over 4.5 years ago, I got behind my phone like I am right now and brought you guys into my kitchen just to share a little bit of the Southern food that I grew up on in Eastern North Carolina. Who knew this little girl from Kinston, whose mama got in the kitchen and showed her how to cook, would have almost 2 million followers across 4 platforms. I am forever grateful for every single person who has supported me, purchased my cookbook, recreated my recipes, purchased my products, left me an encouraging word, comforted me because I share so much of my grief on my channels. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I can't wait to see where Spilling the Sweet Tea goes in 2025. I think I'll share my goals at the top of the year so I can see how I do at the end of next year. Happy New Year. I pray that you have an amazing 2025. Thank you again for all of your love and support.